Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake there, and let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300.
It's good. Okay, we are good. All right, good. Wonderful, wonderful. What's up? What's happening? The big homie DFS Jerusalem, man. Your homie Mo is in the spot. What's going on, man? How's everybody doing? Um, what's up, man? It's good to see everybody, bro. Okay. So what this is the weekend review where we're gonna take a look back at what happened in week 3. We're gonna talk about the freak of the week and why, if you didn't have them, um, why you should have had them, and how. Because every week there's that one guy that goes off, and if you don't have them, if you don't, there's a couple of them. There's a couple of them. I mean, I'm talking from Jordy Nelson to, I mean, there's a few people that you should, if you should have had them, if you didn't have them, you should have had them. All right. So, and of course, then we're gonna take a look at tonight's 2-game slate. We got the Tampa Pittsburgh game. Then we've got the Thursday night game. So we're gonna take a look at that really quick, and we're gonna review some. We're gonna review some or look over the price points for this upcoming week 4, because if you didn't have the freak of the week, there's a good chance that you didn't fuck with me, because I went live in the group and I told everybody, I was like, yo, this dude, I've got him for some reason. I've got him everywhere. I'm talking across both sites, about 60 lineups across both sites. I had him in damn near all of them, 50 plus. All right. So the freak of the week this week was, of course, Calvin Ridley, and he went out, man, 7 receptions, 146 yards, caught 7 of 8 targets, 3 TDs, had a rushing attempt for 9 yards. And I'm not saying that I saw a 40-plus point performance coming. No, who saw that? No. But what I did see was a developing chemistry. I saw a developing chemistry between he and Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan was my top quarterback this week. I had Matt Ryan. Okay, this my top 5. This is my top 5, and I wrote this down, and we talked about it inside of the VIP. My top 5 quarterbacks. I had Matt Ryan, Jimmy G, Drew Brees, Cam Newton, and Patrick Mahomes. Those are my top 5 quarterbacks. And like I say all the time, man, your lineup should look like a tree. Your lineup should look like a tree. Like, and it's all gonna start from your quarterback. You know, it's all gonna start from your quarterback. And we've been doing something that we've been doing for the last couple of years. We've been going quarterback, pass catcher, pass catcher. You don't always have to have a running back, but in the case with Drew Brees, where we know that not Calvin Ridley, but Alvin Kamara is just as good at catching the ball as he is at running the ball. So let's take a look at a couple of those lines and see, how they did. Now this was my best line. This is my best line. This is my best line right here. I did something that I talked to y'all about. I find a backfield that I like, and I hone in on that backfield, especially if they have a defense that I want to rock with too. But this one, you see Corey Clement and Wendell Smallwood were 2 guys that I used. Very, very cheap. Smallwood, I think, was $3K. Clement was 4.3. So if you put that together, 7.3 in salary, I got 28.6 points back for that. That wasn't horrible at all. Of course, I had Drew Brees paired up with Alvin Kamara, with Michael Thomas. I even had Benjamin Watson So this was like a full on stack. I went quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Because I felt like this game was gonna be overlooked. Yo, real quick, let me put this on pause and shout out to King, shout out to Andrew Vitale. What's up, big homie? Sean McClendon, my guy. Gun is in the spot. Good to see you, man. Mike Lawyer, what's up? Randy Ortega, what's going on, fam? So and this lineup was my best lineup, man. And this was a good one. This is a good one. This is my best lineup on DraftKings. Now, my best lineup on FanDuel wasn't as good, but this is it. It was a Matt Ryan stack. Matt Ryan, well, you see what I did here? I had Tariq Cohen, Corey Clement, and Saquon Barkley in the flex. Had the Bears defense. George Kittle, which was my run back from the Kansas City game. Yo, I just felt like look, Julio bitch ass. Julio, I ran it back with Michael Thomas. Had Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and my thing this week was I really felt like everybody was gonna overlook the New Orleans and Atlanta game. I thought that with uh with the success that we've seen Patrick Mahomes have, I thought everybody would flock to Mahomes, which they did, and then uh we wouldn't get the same exposure for the New Orleans game. And I think I found that game again this week, the game that everybody is gonna overlook in favor of the big game. So um those are my best lineup on DraftKings, my best lineup on FanDuel. All in all, I tripled my buy-in on DraftKings, doubled up on FanDuel, so it was a pretty decent week for me. Third week in a row, that was pretty good. Haven't taken a loss yet. Keep the fingers crossed. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pricing across both sites. How we can do that? Let's go to the lobby. So first thing, Brady owes me. Brady owes me. So firstly, let's go ahead and let's hit the lobby up, and we're gonna like go to create lineup and take a look at it here. Tone Loke, what's up, big homie? Good to see you, fam. All right, so yo, the Millie Maker on DraftKings is like $10 to get in now. That's pretty lit, pretty lit. But I don't really rock with the Millie Maker like that too much though. I really don't. I'm rarely in the Millie Maker, really. All right, so let's hit it up. 12 game main, bam. And we're gonna go through some of the pricing, just to see what we got this week. Because we saw Ridley earlier in the week. We was like, oh shit, he's 3.7. So that was crazy. All right, so we got Aaron Rodgers going against Green Bay. We've got Tom Brady against the New England Patriots. And Tom Brady coming off of a loss is always this huge thing, but he just came off of a loss and it wasn't very great. Drew Brees against my New York Football Giants, which I think is going to be like the it game this week. I think that's going to be the it game. I think everybody is going to want to get a piece because you remember maybe a couple of seasons ago, this game went ham. I'm talking like 110 points was scored. And the score was like 55 to 53 or something like that was the end of the game. And that was, Drew Brees against Eli Manning. So I think that game is going to be the it game. That's going to be the game I think a lot of people want to get a piece of. You've got Phillip Rivers, of course, at home against the 49ers. I think that's going to be pretty one-sided in the good game to target Phillip Rivers in. You got Houston and Indianapolis. Gun says Giants win 40-14. Ha! You got Ryan Fitzpatrick going to Chicago. Now, this game right here, the Cincinnati-Atlanta game, I think I'm back. I think I'm back on I think I'm back on the Matt Ryan shit because people hated Matt Ryan for a few weeks, the first 2 weeks of the season, and I think that's what had his ownership so low going into this last week. And I gotta tell you, man, the Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Atlanta game is a game that I really, really do like, especially if by some reason we see AJ Green being out, or just the uncertainty of whether AJ Green is gonna play or not is gonna, make lineups, make rostering that game a little bit tougher. It's gonna be a little bit tougher to roster that game. You're gonna have to be a more seasoned, veteran, developed DFS player to really fuck with that Cincinnati game. You see what I'm saying? it's a no-brainer to just play Odell Beckham, play Michael Thomas. No-brainer. It's a no-brainer to play all the other shit. But the status uh, of AJ Green coming into that game is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna make it be a little bit different. And it's Sean McClendon to bring up another one. It's in Atlanta. It's in GA. We know that AJ Green is from my neck of the woods in Charleston, but he went to school in Georgia. So this is a lot going on here. That's my favorite game right now. It is, and I'm gonna pull up some point total. Let's go to Bovada, or any of those sites. Let's go ahead and pull up. Let's put up Odd Sharks and see what the point totals are there. AJ gonna play for St. Georgia. Oh yeah, he does that, bro. He does that. He does that. He'll catch like 4 touchdowns in 1 week and then not anymore for a while. Let's go take a look at the point totals for week 4 if they're out yet. They should be out. Should be out. Pittsburgh. Okay, here we go. Okay. So first I'm gonna do is look at some of the higher total games of the week. Let's go through right now. Green Bay Buffalo is at 45. Look at that. Jacksonville, the Jets is at 38. That's very low. That's something you want to look at. Cincinnati, Atlanta, 51. And the Giants, the Giants, New Orleans is at 50. The Giants, New Orleans game is at 50, and the Kansas City, Denver is at 55. Damn, that's a lot of points for Kansas City. And I really do think, I think everybody's gonna flock to this Giants New Orleans game, and I really think that the Cincinnati Atlanta game is gonna be overlooked. I really do. I really do. And for me, it's more so of name recognition. You know, the names are a lot sexier in the Giants and the New Orleans game. The names are Odell Beckham, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees, Saquon Barkley. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot sexier there. Now we'll be taking advantage of some of the cheaper players in that game. You talk about how Giants are really against tight ends, really not very good, even though the first couple of weeks of the season they look pretty good, but they're not really good against tight ends. So you got Ben Watson, you got Ted Ginn, who can take the top off, guys like that. You got Sterling Shepard, who caught a touchdown last week. The price hasn't really moved much on him. Those are going to be guys that I like. All right. So that's looking at the quarterbacks. Now let's go over to FanDuel because I do want to take a look. I do want to take a look at the pricing on the FanDuel just to kind of compare and see what differences we do have. See if we do have some differences. So let's take a look here on FanDuel. And do I have a lineup in the Sunday Million? I want to go. Lobby. The Monday Night Special looks lit too. We have to get some stuff in there. Can I not go online and get it? I'm just go to upcoming because I did make a few just to mess around with it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Like I love Andy Dalton this week. Andy Dalton and Matt Ryan are guys that I really like. All right, so let's go. Look at quarterbacks. I'm going to clear that. Okay. All right, so the Drew Brees, top price guy at 8.7. You got Tom Brady 8.6, Rodgers 8.5, Matt Ryan 8.1. So they're respecting the totals here. Phillip Rivers 7.8, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson against Arizona, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andy Dalton is 7.4, Jimmy Garoppolo. Yo, he's out. Yo, quick question: is the homie gonna be a thing this week? Baker Mayfield, is he going to be a thing this week? against Oakland, because Oakland's been playing very bad offensively. Is he? Let me see. What's the total on that joint? Maybe the total hasn't come out yet because they just announced Baker Mayfield. Okay, no, 45 is the total there. I wonder if Baker Mayfield is going to be a thing this week. He probably will be because people are very short-sighted. I'm not falling for it. I'm not fucking with it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not fucking with it. All right, so now let's go check out the running backs. CJ Beathard. Yo, CJ Beathard is cheap as shit. He's 4.9, I believe. I'm gonna go back and just make a look, make sure I got it. Yeah, CJ Beathard is 4.6 on DraftKings. Stupid cheap. FanDuel pricing is ass. Way more room to make a solid line of DK. Yeah, it is definitely. All right, so now at running back, we've got Kamara is at 9.6, Melvin Gordon 8.3, Saquon is 8.1, Zeke is 7.7. Right now, if I had to pick a running back that's going to score the most points, my favorite back this week is going to be Ezekiel Elliott. I love Zeke this week. Against Detroit. I really do. I think Zeke can really get it off against Detroit. I do like him. I do like him. And we already said that. I already told you that. I'm gonna have some Matt Ryan stuff. I'm gonna have some Matt Ryan stuff, and I'm also gonna have some Red Rocket. Look at Andy Dalton at 5.4. I love that. I love that. Josh Allen. I'm not fucking with it. I get it, but I'm not fucking with it. I get it, but I get it. Yeah, Melvin is good too. So, and when you talk about pairing Andy Dalton, Tyler Boyd is one that jumps out to me because he's at 4.6 on DraftKings. And we look at AJ Green, who's questionable at this point at 7.5. So we look at the news and the notes on him. Coach Marvin Lewis isn't sure if Green will be able to play in Week 4, but the wideout believes that he'll be available next Sunday against the Falcons, per Jeff Hobson of the Bengals official site. Meanwhile, Jay Morrison of The Athletic relays that Green suggested the injury that forced him out of Sunday's contest was just a bruise. I just came down on my hip, and I guess my two bones just hit. Green said after Sunday's loss to the Panthers, I didn't feel anything pop or anything like that. So he thinks he's good to go. Okay, but look what this does for Boyd and John Ross though. Look what this does for, because Boyd is the obvious play, and whenever you have the obvious play, you need to look a little bit deeper because you got Boyd here at 4.6, right? You got Ross, who is even cheaper at 3.3. So if AJ Green is out, everybody goes Boyd. You look at John Ross at 3.3. Okay, so there's a good chance that those can be guys that you use. I'm really, and then when you, like, if you say you stack in Atlanta and you're stacking the big pieces of Atlanta, a good way to run it back was with a cheaper piece of Cincinnati like John Royce or even Tyler Boyd. So those are guys that I do like. I really hope that AJ Green does not play this week because that creates the flexibility that I need to build rosters with guys that I really, really like. So I really hope he doesn't play. I hope he doesn't play this week. But so, and if he does play, these guys are still in play, just not as much. If wouldn't you go Croft? No, I wouldn't go Croft. Croft is a tight end. They have Tyler Eifert, who's better, and I was gonna get to him in just a moment because he's 3.8. I like him better. I wouldn't play Croft. I would play a wide receiver that's gonna get targets. Tyler Croft is the backup tight end. He's a better blocker than Tyler Eifert actually, so he would be blocking. That's why I wouldn't do that. But this is my favorite game so far. The Atlanta and Eifert, exactly. Randy, shout out to Eifert is the red zone target. Yeah, he's the guy that I do like. And he's 3.8 here. Okay? So that's a little bit of wide receiver. So we got Michael Thomas at the top at 9.1, Odell Beckham at 8.7. I really do like Odell this week. And the beauty of this is I'm gonna dip my stick in that New Orleans and that Giants game. Don't get me wrong. Either I'm gonna be playing Odell or I'm going to be playing Sterling Shepard, or I'm going to be playing. It's 2 tiers for me. It's Odell, Sterling Shepard. Well, at the top, I'm sorry. It's Odell or Michael Thomas, and then it's uh, Odell, Michael Thomas, Kamara, and Saquon, and then it's Sterling Shepard and Ben Watson. I'm going to be playing those 2 tiers of players. So I'm going to start out with those guys, but if I need to save salary to build in other spots, I know I have somebody to go down to. I feel real comfortable about whoever I'm going down to. Okay? Because Odell at 8.7 against the worst pass defense in the league is kind of a given. I'm going to have a ton of Odell, and I do like him. I do like him. So let's just say I want to get a piece of this game, and I'm fucking with at tight end. I'm fucking with Ben Watson. Just to get a piece of the game. I want to get a low owned piece of the game that a lot of people ain't gonna fuck with. Ben Watson and of course I want Odell in there, and we talked about Tyler Boyd. Talked about Tyler Boyd here. So I've got my stack. I've got Dalton, Elliott, Beckham, Boyd, and Watson. So I'm running back with an Atlanta guy. I'm going Ridley. I'm gonna keep playing Ridley until he shows me that I shouldn't play him anymore. I'm just gonna keep playing him, right? So would you stack the game? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. And defensively this week, the Chargers D against Bathurst or something I'm looking at. Um, Eagles against Tennessee is something I've really been looking at. Maybe the Seahawks against Arizona could be usable. One of the cheaper defenses. I even will play the Bears defense at 2.6 against because I think this is going to be a week where we see people, especially depending on what Tampa Bay does tonight. If Tampa Bay comes out tonight and slings it around against Pittsburgh, I think that's going to take people off of the Bears defense. They're not going to want to play it. They're not going to want to play it. If you're into narrative, Sanu is going to play against his old team. Okay. 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 I even like the Cowboys defensively because I like them to bounce back here, and I've already got Ezekiel Elliott, who I think is gonna have a good game. That's gonna help the Cowboys defense. So with this right, so I'm Gucci, and so now I can grab a big piece of that of the uh of the Giants game. I can grab a big piece. Yeah, I can. I can grab a big piece. I can get Michael Thomas. You know, well I only have 33.9 left for running back, but yeah, but I can get a big piece of that game. LeGarrette Blunt, Penny, Duke Johnson against Oakland. I can get a piece. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna finish this lineup because then they'll cancel me if I finish this lineup. But I can do that. You know, this is a lineup that I'll be kind of pleased with, and I can mix and match this with Matt Ryan because that's my headline game. It's the Cincinnati Atlanta game. That's the headline. That's the game I like the most. Now, it works out a little bit differently on FanDuel because let's just say we try to do the same thing on FanDuel where I roll out. I got Andy Dalton, okay, and I've got I got Zeke. Jets defense ain't soft like the Cowboys. Same price, higher upside. And I've got let's say we go Tyler Boyd. He's 5'8". Ooh. And we're gonna run that back with Ridley. See, now Ridley is 6.3. Cowboys D. All right. Can I get Odell? Yes, Odell. And then I want to do Ben Watson at tight end. I just like Ben Watson, bro. I have a feeling about Ben Watson this week. Ben Watson at 5.2. So now I've got 7.4 remaining for running back. Now I can get a big piece. I can get a big piece of that game. You know, I can play Julio right here. I can play Julio at 8.6 and still feel good about 6.2. Who that? 6.2. Austin Eckler. You know, I can see this is a playable line right here. Dalton, Zeke, Eckler, Boyd, Ridley, Odell Beckham, Benjamin Watson, Julio Jones. I like that. But it looks a lot easy. It looks a lot easier to build good lineups on DraftKings, though. It does. It does. It does. It does. So, all right, let's go and take a look. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup. We've got let's take a look at tonight's matchup. And we got this Monday night showdown. Let's take a look, okay? All right, so first things first, we've got Tampa at the crib against Pittsburgh. Then we got Minnesota against the Los Angeles Rams. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. If you want to win these 2-game tournaments, the first thing you gotta do is look at what you can do to be contrarian, bro. I'm serious. I mean, how many times does the shittiest quarterback of the four score the most? It happens a lot, bro. It really does. Pittsburgh, Tampa, Minnesota, and Los Angeles Rams. All four decent quarterbacks from Jared Goff to Fitzpatrick to Cousins to Roethlisberger. And I would say the quarterback that has the toughest road to success here out of all of these guys is going to be Kirk Cousins. Okay? Kirk Cousins just coming off of a loss. It's a short week. They just lost to the Buffalo Bills. Nobody is going to want to play Kirk Cousins. At 5.3, nobody's going to want to play Kirk Cousins. I made like a couple of these lineups, and I did start Kirk Cousins at quarterback in one of them. That's the way I'm going to attack this little small 2-game shit. You can do what everybody else is going to do. Everybody's going to play. Last week, Derek Carr had the perfect game on a 3-game slate. Bro, this happens so much that like everybody who played Brady, think about it. Yesterday, from the Sunday night to Monday game, everybody played Brady. Brady was like 50% owned. Brady was like 50% owned, and I guess the rest is gonna be between you know Fitzpatrick and Roethlisberger. But everybody played those guys. No, like 15% of people played Stafford. I played Stafford, and Marvin Jones. People were so down on Matt Stafford last night that Marvin Jones is 6% owned and caught a touchdown. Marvin Jones. Kenny Golladay was 44% owned. Golden Tate 50% owned. They were led in scoring by a guy that was 6% owned. I believe that's the only reason why I'm still in that tournament and I'm still doing well because I had Marvin Jones. So you got to play guys like that. It's the only way to win. That's why I don't invest a lot in these little filler tournaments on the way to the big week. But I throw a little something in there to give me something to sweat. Okay? So the first thing I would do to be different from everybody else is, you can issue a challenge to the Los Angeles Rams defense with Kirk Cousins. And once you get there, it's not hard because uh, they're gonna be trouble in the running game without Dalvin Cook, and that easily opens you up to making your Thielen and Diggs stack. It does. It makes it very simple for the Thielen and the Diggs stack, right? And if as you're running it back, you can run it back with Cooper Kupp. You can run it back with Robert Woods. You can run it back with um, oh man, ooh. And I think Antonio Brown is a must play at this point. I do. I think he's cried enough to where you gotta play Antonio Brown. He's cried enough. The defense that I like here, I'm gonna roll out Pittsburgh as a defense. Um, and I want to play Connor and all of that, but I don't have the salary for that. I think most running backs, most lines are gonna be Gurley Connor. They're gonna be Gurley Connor, easy. That's what you're gonna see for most people. Both Peters and Talib. Okay, went out with injuries. Okay, okay. Peyton Barber put it cheap at 3.7. Let you get John Connor and Jesse James. Jesse James and OJ Howard are the tight ends that I like. So I'll just rock with Jesse James. And I got 7K more for bam. So that's what I would do. That's what I would play. Right? Cousins, Peyton Barber, Connor, Thielen, Cooks, Antonio Brown, Jesse James, Stephon Diggs. That's what it looks like for me. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like for me. NBA preseason, nah, I'm not fucking with the preseason too much. I mean, we gonna watch it and we gonna discuss it, but I probably won't dig too deep into because NBA gonna be lit. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do it. So that's pretty much my look at tonight's slate. Yeah, NBA is gonna be lit. NBA is gonna be lit, and we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. That's a night to night, every night grind. I set off time so that we can rock into that every day and get it in. Core 4, all that. So we going in on NBA. Definitely going on NBA. So have fun tonight, man. Do not invest a ton in your Monday night games. Get it in. Uh, get it in on your Monday night joints, and let's get this money. All right. So games that I'm looking at right now: Cincinnati, Atlanta is one I really like. Cincinnati, Atlanta is one I really like. Everybody's gonna be on that Giants game, and of course, Baker Mayfield should be popular this week, which I'm not falling for that shit. I'm really not. Detroit, Dallas looks to be okay. Buffalo, Green Bay, not horrible. I like Philadelphia defense here. Let's get it in. Let's have a good one. Much love to everybody that enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, I will see you later on. This is the big homie, DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Shout out to Calvin Ridley, the freak of the week. It's the big homie, and we are out.